Hello everyone, welcome to the webinar of Automating Your Dynamics 365 CRM Complex Business Processes with the assistance from our solutions, the lead assignment and distribution automation and alerts for Dynamics. Let me very briefly describe the nature of this webinar. Lines of all the participants are muted. I recommend the use of chat window in case you have any questions, and I'll try to answer most of the questions, if not all, in the Q&A session. So my name is Ninad, and I am the Business Development Manager at Inogic. Speaking of Inogic, we are a leading service provider and ISV for past more than a decade, and we have exclusive Dynamics 365 products. We are very much active in the Dynamics 365 community, and our blogs are very much popular and appreciated by the community. We truly believe in the philosophy of one-click solution, which is building productivity apps that reduces multiple steps which otherwise a CRM user has to take. As you can see on the slide, we have various applications on the offering. I would like to take a moment and very briefly describe some of them. The first one is Maplytics. Maplytics is certified for Microsoft Dynamics 365 and helps businesses around the world to plot, plan, visualize, and analyze the Dynamics CRM data on the map. It also offers seamless mapping services. Key features include managing territories, route optimization, smart appointment planner, and many, many more. One of my favorite app from the bouquet is the SharePoint Security Sync. It is a comprehensive solution for integrating Dynamics 365 with SharePoint. It also synchronizes the security privileges from Dynamics 365 to SharePoint and ensures secure, reliable access to all of your confidential documents. Apart from developing these awesome applications, we are also an SI. So we do assist partners and customers with offshore development services. So in case you have any requirements ranging from customization or even a world-changing app for an idea, I would request you to get in touch with us at crm@inogic.com. So let's see the agenda for today's session. We'll start with the scope of CRM automation, followed by sales process automation within the Dynamics 365 CRM, the challenges that can exist during the sales process automation, followed by the live demonstration of the lead assignment and distribution automation along with its Q&A session. Post the lead assignment and distribution automation, we'll also talk about the custom alerts and notification within the Dynamics 365 CRM, along with the challenges that are existing, followed by the live demonstration of alerts for Dynamics solution and the Q&A session. Well, I was thinking about the scope of automation, scope of CRM automation to be precise. And here's what I have found. A survey has provided an insights by saying that automation in the sales boosts productivity within the department by 14.5% while bringing down the marketing costs by almost 12.2%. Now, automation truly has the potential to provide double benefits. The next step is to identify whether we can automate the sales process, and if yes, the bigger question, how? The answer to that bigger question is our solution, the lead assignment and distribution automation. a solution that has the ability to systematically allocate or distribute the leads which are recorded in Dynamics 365 CRM. However, before we discuss the lead assignment and distribution automation in details, here are some of the most common challenges that the organization usually face when it comes to automatic lead assignment or a record assignment for that matter. The first and the foremost is the cherry picking of the leads or the records. The sales rep or the service rep or any CRM user for that matter can cherry pick the record based on their convenience. Further, in native CRM, there is no provision to distribute the leads in an organized manner. Even the distribution of the leads cannot take place fairly, which means the leads or the records cannot be assigned to the team members based on their available capacity. We also don't have any provision to keep the track of the leads which are assigned or the records which are assigned to the team members. Having seen the challenges, now let's see how the lead assignment and distribution automation can overcome these challenges. Here are some of the key features that the lead assignment and distribution automation has to offer. The first one is the even distribution, in which the records or the leads are assigned to the resources in a sequential and a circular pattern using the round robin algorithm. Now, don't worry about the algorithms. I'll be explaining the algorithms that the lead assignment and distribution automation supports very shortly. Next is the fair distribution, in which the records are assigned to the resources based on the available capacity of the resource. Then we also allow the criteria selection. In the criteria selection, you can create rules based on certain criteria. Now, that criteria can be any of your business use case that you may be using on a day-to-day operations. Any record that satisfies the criteria will be taken into consideration for automatic allocation. However, if the record does not satisfy the criteria, it won't be considered for automatic allocation. The next is the user availability. That's one of the features that we have introduced recently, and what it does is what happens if a user or a sales representative is going on a planned leave? Will the leads should be still assigned to that sales representative? And that's where the user availability comes into the picture. With the lead assignment and distribution automation, we have the support to set the user availability for assigning the leads or any other records or entities. The next is the queues. Now, the entire process of the lead assignment and distribution automation is based on queues, and we'll be definitely deep diving this very soon during the demonstration. The next key feature is the dashboards. All the data that is accumulated by the lead assignment and distribution automation is present in a report-friendly manner. This means that you can also create your own Power BI dashboards, or you can also create CRM charts and dashboards to visualize the data. And finally, the work items assignment. Now, the work items assignment is a very interesting feature. How many leads, how many records do you want to assign to a sales representative? Whether that many number of leads or records should be assigned on a daily basis, weekly basis, or a monthly basis, all of these can be configured with the work items assignment. Now let's see the algorithms. I just touch base the word algorithm few moments back. Now let's see what exactly are the algorithms that are currently supported by the lead assignment and distribution automation with an example. Now on your screen, on the left hand side, you can find the round robin algorithm that has been used, and on the right hand side we have the capacity algorithm. For the round robin algorithm, you can also observe that a certain criteria has been applied. So if the lead that is being created is not for an existing customer, only in that case it would go in the pre-sales queue, which is then using the round robin algorithm. However, if the lead that is being created is for an existing customer, then rather than the pre-sales queue, it will go to the post-sales queue, which is using the capacity algorithm. So what exactly is the round robin algorithm? Let us say, for an example, a lead is being created, which is not for an existing customer. So definitely the criteria has been satisfied. And once the criteria has been satisfied, it will fall in the pre-sales queue. This means that the lead or the record then can be assigned either to Sam or John or to Mary. So the first lead that is being created might be assigned to Sam, the second lead will be assigned to John, the third might be assigned to Mary, the fourth one will be again assigned to Sam, and this goes on. Quite simple, isn't it? Now let's move to the right side, which is the capacity algorithm. Now here you will see a subtle, a very small difference. That difference is of the capacity. This means that for any lead which is falling in the post-sales queue, excuse me, the available capacity of the resource will be taken into consideration before the lead is assigned to that resource. Let us assume that to serve a lead, to process the lead that falls in the post-sales queue, the sales representative or the resource needs at least 25 units of the capacity. So if a new lead is now being created for an existing customer, as per the selection criteria, it will definitely fall in the post-sales queue. Now, in the current situation, we see that Missy does not have any available capacity. The available capacity is standing at 0 right now. The next one is Jacob. Currently, he has the available capacity of 50. Now, if the lead is assigned to Jacob, 25 units from his available capacity will be reduced, and then he would be left only with 25 units. The next lead would be assigned to, say, Lena. Currently, Lena has an available capacity of 100. This means once the lead is assigned to Lena, 25 units from her available capacity will be reduced, and Lena would be then left with 75 units as the capacity. Once the resources like Missy, Jacob, Lena, they close any of the records that are assigned to them by either qualifying, disqualifying the lead, that's when the 25 units would be added back to their available capacities, and they are again available in the game for new resources or the new records to be allocated to them. On that note, let's deep dive into the lead assignment and distribution automation with a live demo. So let me just switch to my CRM. Now, consider an example. Let's say there is an organization who receives their leads from their website, or for that matter, any resource, and comes to the CRM. And then they want these leads to be assigned to the right person based on whether it's a hot lead or whether it's a cold lead. Now, for the demonstration purpose, I have pre-populated the lead, and I have also created few assignment rules that will help me assign this lead automatically to the right person. Now here you may notice that I've just pre-populated the topic, which is interested in Map My Relationships, one of our other fantastic product, which helps in great visualization of records. And I've just entered the first name and the last name of the lead. Now, as you can see here, I am the owner. Mr. Sam Kumar is the owner of this particular record, because that's the user under which the record is being currently created in the CRM. Now, since we have applied a criteria, that is, if the lead is a hot lead or if the lead is the cold lead. So that becomes the criterion. So let me just ensure that my lead is satisfying the criteria and I'm changing the rating to hot. Once I have just changed it to hot, let me just go ahead and save the record. Now, as you may notice, currently Sam is the owner of this record. However, in a matter of few seconds, this record would be now assigned to the right person. But before that, let me go and explain you how it works. Now, as I have already mentioned, I have created few of the hot lead assignment rule, which you may find right here. So I'll deep dive what exactly is the configuration and how this has been or why this has been configured in this way. But right now I'm just focusing on the assignment of the lead. Under the user workload tab, here we can see that we have three users to which the lead can be assigned. It can be assigned to Alex, Amanda, or Donna. Also, we can observe that Alex is currently working on a couple of records. This means Alex is now working on two leads. We also see Donna has one of the total records assigned, which means Donna is working on a lead. However, you may notice that Amanda is not working on any leads right now. So when I just clicked on save in for the lead, my judgment says that either the lead would be assigned to Amanda or Donna basis on the round robin algorithm. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going ahead and I'm trying to click on refresh, and let's see if the numbers over here are going to change. So here it is. So right now the lead has been the lead which we created very recently has now been assigned to Donna. And just to give you a heads up, Amanda will, for the demonstration purpose, Amanda would never be assigned any lead. Now, the reason I'm saying that is one of the key features that I mentioned is about the user availability. I'll touch base the user availability in some time. But before that, let me go back to my lead and let me quickly refresh the lead and check if the ownership or if there is any change in the ownership. Oh, perfect. So right now, this particular lead, which was previously owned by Sam, is now owned by Donna, as we had just seen in the demonstration. Just imagine the number of hours or the time that it can save for the person who would be manually looking at the rating of the lead and then assigning it to the right person, right? So let me quickly explain to you what it takes in order for the lead assignment and distribution automation to work such seamlessly. Now, once you have installed the lead assignment and distribution automation, you may find a few entities right here. Now, one of the most important one that you would like to begin is the assignment configuration. Basically, you need to enable the entities which would be leveraging the lead assignment and distribution automation functionality. Now, let me just mention that this application, the lead assignment and distribution automation, not only supports the lead entity or the case entity, but any of your out-of-box entity. And to top it all, we also support the custom entities. So for the webinar purpose, I have just configured it to take care of the leads that have been generated. So let me open the lead entity and explain to you what rules I have already created. So once we open the lead entity, here you may observe that I have a couple of assignment rules. I have one rule, probably a little bit self-explanatory, a rule that will take care of all the hot leads using the round robin assignment algorithm, and one rule which will take care of assigning the leads which has a rating as cold using the capacity algorithm. Just a heads up again, the lead that we saw which was assigned to Donna right now was because the hot leads assignment rule was working. So let me open the hot leads assignment rule, because that's the rule that played a good role in currently assigning the lead to Donna. So once I go to my hot leads assignment rule, this is where I have configured. Here you would look at the basic information, probably like a name of the rule, which I have already mentioned as hot leads assignment rule. We also have the assignment configuration, which is specifying that this assignment rule will be applied on for the lead entity. You may also enter the optional description in case if you want to have the hot leads assignment rules, or what exactly it's doing and why we have kept it. However, few of the attributes are here as very critical. So let's look at them one by one. The first comes the criteria mode. Now, in the criteria mode, we support two options. The first one is the simple, and the second one is the advanced. Now, as we observe, we currently have kept it to the advanced. Now, what's the difference between the simple and advanced? Now, if we select the simple criteria mode, you would be presented with most of your system views related to the lead record or the lead entity, and you can select any one of them. However, if we go ahead to advance the way in which we have kept it now, we can also we can also provide our own fetch XML, which can then describe the complex business use conditions that you may have. One of the fetch XML that I have provided right now is check the lead quality code, which is basically checking the rating. And if the rating is hot, then this fetch XML is going to be responsible for that. Moving to the next one is the execution order. This is extremely useful in case you plan to create multiple rules on the same entity, which is the lead in this case. In such cases, if you have multiple rules, each rule will be executed in a sequential manner based on this number provided in the execution order. And whichever rule under which the criteria is getting satisfied, that would be taken into consideration and the remaining rules would be ignored. The next one is consider availability. Now, sometime back, I just gave a statement wherein I mentioned that Amanda will never be assigned the leads under this particular demonstration. The reason is, before assigning the rule, we are checking if the user is available. Consider availability, yes. So only if the user has provided the availability, only in that case the lead would be assigned. Now, how do we define that? Now, for that, here we have something called as status types, which I have already opened in a new tab. And here I have defined a couple of status type, which is available and not available. Now, in this case, what we are mentioning is availability is yes and availability is no. Furthermore, under the vacations, I have created a record, a medical leave of Amanda. So let me open this record, and here you may observe that Amanda is not available from today, which is 24, till 26. And since the status is not available, the system will not assign any lead to Amanda until 26. But come 27th of August, since the end date is 26th, from 27th of August, Amanda would be becoming available, and then she will be also part of the round robin algorithm that was working, and the leads would be then assigned to the users, or to Amanda in this case. So let me just close this and let me come back to my assignment rules. So post considering the availability, the next one is the queues. The queue are probably one of the most important aspect of this assignment rule. And let me just show you what the queue looks like. So here's my hot lead queue, and what we have mentioned is there are three users, and which will be taking care of the leads which will be generated as a hot lead. So that's Alex, Amanda, and Smith. But we already know the secret. Since Amanda's status is unavailable, all the leads are being currently assigned to Alex and Donna in a round robin fashion. But why did I say round robin? The reason is because that's what the assignment property says. The assignment algorithm is a round robin, and that's the reason both these users would be assigned the leads. The next is maximum work items that are to be allowed. Okay, so when we talk about maximum work items, this basically defines the number of records that can be assigned to the queue members as per the assignment rule. Now, I have not mentioned any value here. This means there is no limit of assigning the leads to the users on a daily basis. However, let's take an example wherein we want to put a limit that, let's say, only 20 leads should be assigned to the users on a daily basis. So we can mention the maximum work items allowed to be assigned as 20 and the period to be daily. But what if I want to make the 20 or 20 maximum work items not on a daily but on a weekly, monthly, or we can also keep the period as overall. So that's how easy it is to configure the round robin algorithm. Moving to the next algorithm is the capacity algorithm. So let me just go to my cold leads assignment rule, which is taking care of the with the help of the capacity. So if I just open the assignment rule, most of the attributes remains the same, whether it's name, assignment configuration, description, the criteria mode, the execution order, the availability, the queue that is associated. However, you may notice one subtle change, which is the unit effort required for work. So what exactly it is? Let us assume that each resource requires a certain unit to complete a task. For example, in our case, let us assume that to process the assigned lead, a resource requires 2 units. So in simple words, to process a couple of leads, the resource would require 4 units. To process the 3 leads, he would require 6 units, and so on. Now the question arises, where do we define the base capacity on each resource? So let me just go back to my cold leads queue, which I've already kept it open. And here are the 2 members which are assigned to the cold leads queue. Let me open one of the members here, Shane. So right here, you may notice that the base capacity of Shane is 20 and the available capacity is 18. Oh wow, that gives me an insight that Shane is currently working on 1 lead. Now, why did I say 1 lead? Because that's what we have mentioned right here. Unit effort required for work item, which is 2. Let me just continue and let me just open one of the leads, and let's say there's one lead which is interested in the subscription and recurring billing management, and I've just pre-filled the first name and the last name. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to make the rating as cold, and the moment I go ahead and I'm going to save it, what happens behind the scene is, since both the users are available, the availability status has been kept as available, the assignment will check which algorithm needs to be used, and post that you will notice under the user workload, if I just go ahead and refresh this, okay, let's give the solution a couple of moments. Set it correctly. Let me just refresh this. Now, by the time the solution is doing its job, let me just give you a fun fact. Under the lead assignment, I'm sorry, you may notice that there is a column called sequence. Now, by default, what the lead assignment and distribution automation does is it will assign the leads in the terms of alphabetical order. However, we can control it. For example, if I assign 1 to Shane and 2 to Steve, then the system will assign the first lead to Shane, and then it will, of course, it depends upon the available capacity. If the capacity is available, then that sequence would be followed. So let me go back to the lead and let me just refresh this again. And here we have now that lead is now assigned to Steve Spector. Let's confirm that with by refreshing just here, so that, yeah, so that's the closure that I was looking for, that the leads are now being assigned. So this is what it basically takes to define the capacity algorithm. Pretty much straightforward. One of the last touch base point is the dashboards. Now, as I had mentioned that the lead assignment and distribution automation also comes with the dashboards that gives you more insights about what was the leads that were assigned, to which users they have been assigned, and also for which entities. Now, currently we only, since I've already configured only for lead entity, this is where we are looking at four records that have been assigned of the lead entity. However, in case if we have multiple entities configured, maybe the case entity or any custom entity as the solution supports, then you will also observe the number of leads that are being assigned basis the entities. Now, let me take a moment here and start with an interesting poll. So, post looking at all the features and the functionalities provided by lead assignment and distribution automation, in your organization, which entity you would like to enable for auto assignments? So let me just launch a very quick poll, and I would request you to cast your vote. So we have the lead taking the lead, right? Lead entity, case entity, activities, definitely yes. Okay. Oh, finally I got it for other out of box or custom entity as well. So yeah, it's a pretty straightforward race wherein as per your business use cases, as per your business requirement, we can use the solution for auto assignment. So before I close the poll, or let me just close the poll, let me give you the winner. It's been a tie between a lead and the other out of box entities or the custom entities. Perfect. Thank you for your participation in the poll. And let me switch back to my PowerPoint show. The lead assignment and distribution automation is supported from CRM version 9.x in the above, and it is supported on premise as well as in online environment. So impressed with the lead assignment and distribution automation and you want to get your hands on, it's really simple. All you need to do is you can go onto the Microsoft AppSource and search for lead assignment and distribution automation. Also, you can download it from our website, www.inogic.com, and then import the solution. In either case, you will have a fully functional 15 days trial to get hands-on the application. So before I open the floor for the question, let me just, on a day in, day out basis, some of the questions that I get for lead assignment. Does lead assignment and distribution automation work across devices? Definitely yes. What Microsoft Dynamics products do you support? Now, like I mentioned, it's available for CRM version 9.x and above, and it's also supported on-premise as well as in an online environment. Is there a way to track how many leads are assigned? One of the best way is with the help of the dashboards itself. What will happen to the existing leads in the CRM which are yet to be assigned? Oh yes, so this is the most common question that I get. So what if there are certain, let's say 10 or 15 leads which are already existing in the system and they are not assigned to anyone, and then you happen to install the solution. So we also provide an option of a run assignment button when you select up to 20 leads, and those would be automatically assigned subject to the criteria being satisfied, as well as in case if you are using the capacity algorithm, if the resources has the available capacity. Can the managers assess the individual performance of their team members? I think the best way is again the dashboards, wherein you can track how many users, how many leads were assigned to which users, and so on. How to get started? Just go ahead to the Microsoft AppSource, and then you can download the version or the version from AppSource or even from our website. Okay, then with that being said, just in case if you have any questions, please use the chat window, and I would be happy to answer the questions. We also I also suggest, since we also have another application for the demo, if you have any questions, just shoot an email at crm@inogic.com, and we'll be very happy to take it forward and answer any and all the questions that you may have. Perfect, then. So let me just go ahead and show you an interesting slide. Oh, that's something which we are all aware of, the alerts, right? With alerts playing a very important role in our life. Let me introduce my colleague, Jairaj, who will be taking care of alerts for Dynamics. So before I sign off, I would just like to take a moment and thank you for going through the lead assignment and distribution automation. And over to you, Jairaj.
Thank you, Ninat, for introducing. Hi, guys. My name is Jairaj Nadar, representing Inogic in the capacity of Business Development Manager. I will be taking this session ahead further. So far, you have seen how the leads are assigned automatically with the help of our lead assignment distribution app. Wouldn't it be great if all the leads that has been assigned can be notified to the users at the right time? So this is where our product Alerts4Dynamics comes into the picture, where it really enables the user to manage, create, schedule alerts appropriately at the right time so that the user can implement right action at the right time. So these are some of the key features of Alerts4Dynamics that you see on the screen, like automation using criteria or events. So currently there are 4 different types of an alerts in the Alerts4Dynamics, which is global based alert, also called as an announcement based alert, record based alert, which is and condition based alert, and an event based alert. So in depth, I will explain you by demonstrating what all of this alert does and what exactly it required in order to get notified to the users. Alert duration. So you can define or you can set the start date and end date of creating or in order to run the alert in the Alerts4Dynamics along with the display option, like how long you want to show this alert to the respective users. So you can set the duration as well. And here comes with the categories. So if you want to send an alert with a few categories, so yes, like you want to send it an alert as an information based alert, yes, you can do that. Or you want to send those alert as a critical, warning, So definitely you can set those conditions, and accordingly that that alert can be notified accordingly. Dismissible and auto dismissible alert. So this is a very important for an any admin or a manager who want to track which user has read the notification, which user has dismissed the notification, so that you can configure it accordingly. Like whether you want to set it as a dismissible alert, so then as soon as when the user gets read the notification, dismiss it, you can able to easily get the traction of like which user has read and which user has dismissed the notification. So in the demonstration part, I will also covering this, and I will also showing you this how this can be achieved. And the define audience. So it is another key feature, like you define the target audience, whom you want to send the alert, whether you want to send the alert to an individual user or a group of team or based on the security roles, that's completely upon your choice. You define the target audience, and accordingly the alerts will be notified to those users. And the display options. So how you want to show the alert, whether you want to send an alert as an email notification, pop-up, or a form notification, so that you can define completely. So these are all the key features of alerts for Dynamics. Let's see all of these key features in a live action. Let me switch to my CRM window. So over here, we will consider uh, an example, I could say also a scenario, considering an organization having a different departments like sales department, service department, accounts, and so and so. So over here, we will see how our alerts for Dynamics productivity tool really helps to add a value to their daily business practices. So if you see over here, we will take with the service team, like how this alerts for Dynamics really helps the service team members in this organization to really notify the alerts at the right time to the users to implement the right actions. So for that, let's say for the better understanding, I've logged in a two different users. One is Sam, consider like Sam is a service manager of this organization, and on the other window, I've logged in as Joe, who is a field representative or a service member of this organization. So over here, now Sam, who is the service manager of this organization, daily there are a lot of cases are generating into the system, and it's a sales service manager responsibility is to assign a leads to their cases to their respective team members. So now, if you see, Sam is currently the owner of this record, and he wants to assign these cases to this Joe Smith. And you see on the ribbon bar, you see an alerts icon with a no new red dot. So whenever any new alert has been created or notified, you will see a bell icon along with the red icon. Red dot indicates that a new notification has been popped up. Similarly, if I go and show it in the Joy window, you see there is no new alerts that has been notified. So let's go and assign a case to Joe Smith and see how this notification has been notified to the Joe's account. So this is the case that I want to assign. Can assign. I'll search for the users who want to assign. So, so what happened over here is once this case has been assigned. So since I could say it is an event, like we are assigning a record to a particular user, that this is where our event-based alert that I could say comes into the picture. Like whenever any new record or any cases or any record that has been assigned to a particular user, the workflow will run in the background, and based on the configuration that we did it in the workflow that we are created for this specific case record. So whenever any record has been assigned to a respective users, so based on the configuration that we did it in the create notification request, So it will be notified, and based on that, it will be the alerts will be created and it will be notified to that respective users. So since it is an, as I said, it is an event-based alert. So we have created an event, like we have assigned a case record to the Joe Smith. If I go and check in the Joe Smith account, currently you see there is no new notification. Let's refresh it. You see a new notification. Bell icon along with the red dot indicates something, a new notification that has been notified to the uh, Joe Smith. So if I click on it, I can see what was the notification is all about. So I see like this was like question about large format printer is assigned. So this case has been assigned to Joe Smith. You can able to see, and you can click on this record and navigate to that case record as well from the notification bar, ribbon bar as well. So he can able to now once the case has been assigned and he can able to notify the respective uh, person can able to start working upon those records immediately, or he can able to align, or you can based on the priorities of those records. So as soon as this case has been recorded, now Joe Smith has read this notification. If I don't want to show this record again, notification on my screen, so I can simply click on this dismiss button. So now, as I said, as a respective managers or an admin who can able to track who has read the notification and who has dismissed the notification, so that can be also easily tracked from the Alerts4Dynamics app. We have a entities called as a notification. So this was the notification which was recently generated. So if I open that, so you see for this case record read notification, Joe Smith has read the notification and the dismiss notification. So it will list out all the users who has read the notification, who has dismissed the notification over here for this particular account. So similar to that, like the same use cases comes up in a different way, like whenever any new leads that has been generated into the system and that has been assigned to a particular sales team, the sales team can able to act upon those leads and immediately work on those or nurture those leads and convert those lead into an opportunity and opportunity into and finally an account. So that's how, like with the help of an event-based alerts, you can able to create an alerts based on the business use cases, either with the lead case on even with the different entities, and even with the out of the box as well as with the custom entities as well. So now this is how the event-based alert work over here. So as I was said, talking about like whenever any new leads that has been generated into the system, the salesperson responsibilities to get on, act upon those leads, work on that, nurture those leads, and finally get this lead to a conversion that is finally an account is created. So now the sales managers want all of the salespersons to kindly actively follow up on those accounts whose invoices are due by this upcoming month, because the reason why the sales manager wants to actively follow up all the salesperson on the leads on the on the invoices which are in due, because since it is financial year ending, the sales manager wants all of the accounts invoices which are due, it should be followed up actively and immediately. So for that, since it is a condition kind rule that we have been setting up, like it should be within this month, or a kind of a condition alert that should be notified. For that, we do have an alerts called as an rule-based alert in the Alerts4Dynamics. So I have already created an alert which is an invoice due. So this is the condition-based alert, also called as an rule-based alert, I could say, which I have created for in order to satisfy the condition. I have created an alert for the account entity, and yes, as it is, you have seen for the rule mode, we have two options. So this was the same that we have seen in the lead assignment and distribution app while my colleague Ninad was explaining. So it is as same. So it is, we do have two options. It is simple. If you select as in simple, so based on the view that you selected, accordingly those alerts will be created. And if you select it as an advanced, so here you see and fetch XML value. So by seeing this, you may be thinking that it is as complex to get the fetch XML value to enter it over here, but it is absolutely not. So in order to get this fetch XML value, what I have done is you just need to run this condition of an advanced fetch XML, advanced query over here, and download the fetch XML value. Just copy that fetch XML value and simply paste it over here. So by doing this, it will check for this condition. So this is the condition that I have set it like I need to run all the invoices which are in due by this upcoming month. So that condition I have set with the help of a fetch XML value that I have added over here, and the year defines the poll interval. So when I want to run, so every 2 hours I've set that condition, like every 2 hours I want to run this condition, and whichever accounts that satisfies this condition, it will show a notification to the respective users. So you can define like every week, every month, every day. So the poll time interval depending upon your choice. So over here I have set it as an every 2 hours, but once the notification has been notified, but what message that you want to send it to the users, that's the main important piece over here. So for that, you need to create a message. So you can create multiple messages for a single alert. So that's the reason you see this is a single alert which I'm creating, and you see a multiple message that can be created. So for the demo purpose, I've already created one message for this room, invoice due, and you see on the ribbon bar on the until and unless this message has been not activated, the alerts won't be created and won't be notified to the users whom you define the target audience. So that I will show you over here. So this is the invoice due, and you set the process start date. So like when you want to run this alert and the notification message. So what message that you want to indicate to the sales team. So over here, the sales team wants to get this message, like make sure to get the payment within this financial year closing. So this message that the sales manager wants to convey to all of the salesperson. So the message that we have added over here is this, and this is the notification part, like how you want to notify to all of the salesperson, whether you want to show it as a pop-up, form notification, email notification, or an user preference. So you define how the notification should be shown to the users. So over here, as of now, for the demo purpose, I have selected the pop-up notification, and you define the alert level. The categories of an alert, which I explained while showing the presentation, like you define on what level you want to show this as an alert, whether you want to send it as a warning, information, or an critical. So let's say I'm selecting this as an critical since they want to close it before this month, that is financial year ending. So that you set it, and this is the important piece that I was showing you earlier. This is dismissible. So you set whether you want to uh, set whether this alert should be dismissed or not. So that you set it over here in the notif configuration part. Or if you want to set it an auto dismissible, yes, even you can do that as well. And the next important piece is the notification audience. So since now the sales manager wants to notify only to the sales team, so yes, you can send it to the sales team uh, only by selecting the sales team over here. Or if you want to send it based on the security roles that you have been assigned, so based on the security role as well, also you can send the notification. And if you want to exclude any of those users whom you don't want to send a notification, so you can select that user over here. Or if you want to include any of the users, so yes, you can include the users as well. So by defining the target audience whom you define it over here, only the alerts will be notified to those users accordingly. If suppose by default, if you don't specify any of the users over here, don't specify any target audience over here, so what it will happen is by default the notification will be notified to all the users in the system. So as of now, for a demo purpose, I've not selected any of the notification audience over here as of now. So let's activate this message and see how the notification will be notified to the users in the system. So if you see currently now Joe Smith on the other account, if you see there is no new notification will be seen because Joe was assigned with an one record and he was able to read that notification. So now if you see that in the ribbon bar, the no new notification should be popped up for the Joe Smith. Let's activate this message. So now we have activated the message. So it will check for this condition, which we have set it in the fetch XML value. So based on the condition which satisfies, it will notify all the accounts. It will notify all the accounts whose invoices are in due, and it will be shown to the respective users. So over here we have not defined the target audience, so it will be shown to all the users in the system. So for that we will go and check in the Joe Smith account. I've refreshed it. So there you see a new notification along with the red icon. So if I hit on it, what was the notification if I want to check. So there you see, these are all the accounts that I can see whose invoices are in due. Make sure to get the payment within this financial year. So the message that I've added, what message that I want to send it to the sales team, immediately they can see on this. Even they can navigate to those records and kindly actively follow up on those records. So this is how, based on the condition that you define, like what condition that you set it in the rule-based alerts. So based on that, it will check for the condition and it will the notification will be notified to the respective users whom you define in the target audience. So now let's say, for example, Joe Smith, who has been working on this account, consider it is a potential account and he wants to get in touch with this account regularly, like every 1 month or 2 months, in order to get a good relationship with the customer, and he want to get a more potential deal along with with this account. So for that he wants to set up an reminder follow-up against this particular record. So yes, in Alerts4Dynamics, we do have a provision for creating a record-based alerts. You can create a record-based alert for the particular record by simply creating an alert for this particular record. So this may be really helpful in our use cases like the sales team wants to get notified about the renewals that are coming up for that particular record. So yes, even for that, you can create an alert, you see, by simply clicking on new alert for that particular record. Let's say, for example, I'm setting it up as a renewal due follow-up. So once I created a alert for that, so the messages, so it is as same which I shown all the attributes for that message which I explained in the rule-based alert. You need to simply create a new message by clicking on it. The rest of the attributes that you see are all the same. So once that has been created, hit on the activate message, a record-based alert will be created, and you will be able to get notified. Let's say if you want to set up prior a month about the renewal notification of that particular account. So yes, with the help of our record-based alert, you can set the renewal notification prior a month for that particular account, so that user sales team can able to actively follow up and thereby avoiding chances of missing the renewal follow-ups. So this is how our record-based alert really helpful in for the sales team in order to improve their productivity, thereby adding a value to the daily practice. So now I'll talk about it is a pretty straightforward, that is an announcement based alert, that is also called as a global based alert. So let's say, for example, the sales director or the sales manager wants to conduct any annual sales meeting, and you want to all of his entire sales to be a part of this meeting. So you want to send a notification. So for that, you can create simply a announcement based alert. So just I've already created an alert over here. Alert type as an announcement, create a message, and you can, in the target audience, you can define the sales team, sales member, sales manager, all can be defined. I'm talking about the sales director who can set this alert or create, and it will be by default, it will be notified to all the sales team of under who is been for under who is the sales director. So that's how you can able to create an announcement based alert. Also, this announcement based alert can be used in a different use cases, like let's say for an holiday announcement that you want to notify to all the employee in an organization. So yes, even for that you can able to use it. And let's say if you want to uh, say any particular important piece of an information to a particular team, the sales team or a service team or an accounts team. So yes, you can able to send those announcement based of an alerts to all of those particular team as well. So this is all about how alerts for Dynamics can really notify the user at the right time to implement the right actions. Now, shortly, you will receive a poll on the features that you like the most in alerts for Dynamics. So I would request to kindly cast your vote on the features that you like the most. So here's the poll. So I would request you to kindly cast your vote on the features that you like most in alerts for Dynamics. Few more seconds to cast your vote. Thank you for casting your vote. Let me switch back to the presentation. So alerts for Dynamics is supported version Microsoft Dynamics 9.x and above with the Dataverse, which can be deployed on online and on-premise. To get started with an alerts for Dynamics is really simple. You can download the solution from Microsoft AppSource and also from our website. If you need any assistance in setting up trial, you can do reach out to us at crm@inogic.com. We would be happy to assist you. So now let's have a Q&A session. Feel free to put your questions on the question window. You can freely put your questions on the question window. I would be happy to answer you. In case if you have any questions, you can reach out to us at crm@inogic.com. We would be happy to assist you.